Phew, it was hard to push all those tankers. I think you got so many tar tankers. Unless I will help you. I don't need any help. I could do this by myself. Thank you, King George. Well, that point, if you need help, someone in London or British, and it could be in a company. That's why you need always help when you're doing shunting. That's what helping to do. Oh, I see, King George. Well, I'm a little tank engine. I could pull cars and coaches and something. I run my branch line. Back on Sodor, I was using the branch lines and all the duties, like Percy and Toby, and Mavis and Daisy. They could be anything, quarries and farms, and anything. Anything was smart. Maybe I had to try again. It's okay, Thomas. It wasn't your fault. Accidents could happen, you know. Yes, it might happen on Sodor anyway, same time. Well, who put the track here on the switches? That might be catch points or trap points. Oh, that means to make it derailed or run away could be rolling stock and engines. Oh, I see. Okay, Corny. Here's a special job for you today. First, you had to collect some corn and feeds and take it to the grain market. And second, you had to pick up a goods train in general and take it to the West Mainland, the coast. And finally, you had to get some steels and irons and take it to the steelworks. Oh yes, sir. I can start right away now. Bother. Maybe I spoke too soon. Never mind. Had to make a better idea. Oh, Gordon. Thank goodness. We were so worried about Thomas. He says he was going to the mainland. Who told you that? By the top of hat. What? Oh, Thomas, I hope you're alright. Of your birth will be safe for your shed. By side to my best friend. Thomas, your side will be #1 engine. Become a save the day. Every friendship ever win. It was almost a long time ago when I came to Sodor. It was from Brilliton at London. That was my home, you know. I lived by the other tank engines who came to Brilliton. They said the other railways is pretty good for the common tank engines. The controller told me about the going to Sodor and returning, but I can stay in Sodor whenever I like it. Forever. Oh, Thomas. That sounds a really long story in a journal. Well, a part of a story. That is a long time ago when I came to Brilliton. When I crossed the figures town from the boat and they unload me, there's no place like home as Brilliton. During my early years, I meet all the engines, meet Henry, James, Gordon, and even Edward show me to what to do. It was almost a long time ago when I built at E2 tank engine class. That's why I built it for a long time ago. They made me. Thomas, since I was in London, I wasn't been in the British mainlands. When I came to build it, the Flying Scotsman meet me. It was my favorite high-speed Munnar. It was a good friend of the high speeds. The government says that railways will support it, and pretty good railways are British. Well, you see, King George, you had to look up at the beautiful stars at the night. There's no clouds ever seen, just a dark sky. I must get rest. Diesel 10? Stop! Sorry, Corny. I know this shed is too wide for me. That's okay, Diesel 10. Tell me, how was your day with BT Boomer? It was fine, actually. He had to make up his plan. Still? Yes. How come? He had to made up. He had some made up reasons about it. Remember the time he stole the cargo and the materials? Oh yes, I remember that, BT Boomer. Since I was going, I was in the mainland. It's not quite, actually, but not that point. Anyway, good night, Corny. That Diesel 10, he is quite differently, actually. Maybe sometimes. So, King George, what are those? Those are nuclear tankers, Thomas. They carry fuel and nuclears and gasolines. They vibrated and imperate and at the system, static explosion device, or the liquid device. You had to really careful. It might catch fire like oil and gasolines. It might could explode so easily. Ooh, that sounds a really dangerous job. It is, Thomas, but you had to really slowly and very carefully, and you don't want to cause many more accidents. I hope won't they catch it. Cinders and ashes! Put on the brakes, driver! I'm trying, Thomas. I know. I uncovered the train and I was slowing down. Is that Thomas? He ain't meant supposed to go that fast. Oh no! That is an end of my old shed. Since I built it, or rebuilt it, all the few years of the mainland, all the 55 years, wherever they build it, anywhere, diesels could be taken over. Sometimes, the nuclear bombs could be go to the mainland or Sodor. Like always in 1920s. And so now on, we had to close the railway and looking forward for the new home. I'm sorry, King George. It wasn't your fault, Thomas. Wasn't your fault. You know, Edward told me about the mainland, about things. Whatever my things had done, it might be a real useful engine, but I'm not sure really not. Because I am a useless engine. I just came to hear I saying, I'm a really kindest engine. Like you, King George. Even more. It could be too much worse for me back on Sodor. So Top Hat knows where I am. I think he is gonna be angry or not, or if he be upset and worry about me. But now, I'll try my best to find a new home. Just like that. I can't believe I just feel confident and really useful. You know about the past. The first railway engines who go right around the world. And even though Satop had quoted me and they said, "You're a real useful engine, you're #1 engine." So, I don't want to get two useless engines. Like me, in fact. So, BT Boomer, how is it going? Doing fine, Diesel 10. I have a special assignment to do. You had to sneak up through the bushes and collect the goods train and steal it. That's how where it is. When the train is coming with his goods trains or what? They will brought to there and supporting respirations and supporters. That sounds really kindness, sir. But how long? Not too long, but tonight we will get the chance of it. So, is it got a chance, BT Boomer? Not kind of chances. But we had to be quiet. If someone was coming with his goods trains, we will get a signal. Okay? Right. Why the signal must be red? I don't know. That may be lazy cinnamon, I think. Well, we just had to wait here. Okay. This is it. Well, Thomas, finally glad at new home. I know, King George. It was kind of back old days. Since I'm about to hear about those mainland engines. Since I'm going around the world, I like had a single time. Upon it, and I like your other engines, and Boko had came from the mainland since he came to Sodor to help out. When Satapa had choose me to sign me and report some other duties and to collect all of them. It's more important than others when I did it. Well, Thomas, it was a long time ago when the different names of the numbers it might call the western of the mainland. Introducing the Flying Scotsman and Monarch, but they had moved somewhere of the British companies where they brought it. Some other ideas who can build the engines and good speed and very proud with it. It was more magical steam engine. It's really stronger than diesels. I'm very proud pulling express and pastures. It was really lovely. Sometimes when I get in there, it was impossible. When 1988, the steam engine ages came over to here in celebration in 50 years. Wow. That was the most special than ever. I know. that England has mostly built it of Europe. A part of that country, French people came to the British and speak French. I was misunderstanding about the foreign languages. But to translate to English, it was pretty proud. I like it to be a foreign people could carry passengers. It was a lovely sight of the British Railways. It was most like Island of Sodor, Thomas. Satapa had will agreement if he sell to the government. If they deported the Caboodician. Oh. You tell me about the time when I came to Island of Sodor. I was wearing green. Edward showed me what to do anything. I was be a hero. Since James had been run away with his trucks, he came off the rails round the bend too fast, so I had to rescue him. Wow, Thomas, you sound heroic actions in this story. I know. It was a halfway back before the new engines came to Sodor. Well, it was over. Now we had to get some sleep right now. Okay, good night. Rise and shine, Thomas. It's starting a new day right now. Even more like that. I came there before me. And I taken care of beloved my heart. Yes, it was a sightful day from the mainland. Like even more like Thomas! Thomas! Oh, Thomas, thank goodness! Ryan, what are you doing here on the mainland? It was Diesel 10 of the BT Boomer. They steal my goods trains. And they said, we going to Sodor and steal it. So, if we had to stop them, and before it's too late, well, it's no time to lose.